Lima Sr. Spartans under head coach Mark Gaffney, and the Mansfield Sr. Tigers under head coach Greg Collins. For Lima Sr., the guy to keep your eye on is All Northwest District Player of the Year, number 12, 6'2" senior Travis Walton. Walton comes into this afternoon's game 18 points a contest and 7 rebounds. 6'9" senior in the post, Keith Jackson, number 33, 11 points, 9 rebounds. Dathan Lyles, 10 points a game, 4 rebounds, 5'8" junior. Brandon Cooks, a 5'10" junior, 9 points a game and 2 rebounds. And rounding out the starting 5 for Lima Sr., number 32, Chris McClellan, 6' senior, 11 points a contest and a pair of rebounds. For Mansfield Sr., they are led by first-teamer, All Northwest District, 6'5" senior Jonathan Avery, number 44, 17 points a game and 10 rebounds. Rashad Reed, 6' junior, number 24, 13 points a game and 4 boards. Number 22, Mel Sutton, 6'1" junior, 7 points a night and 4 rebounds. And rounding out the starting 5 for Greg Collins, number 10, 5'11" senior Derek Boyd, 10 points a game and 5 boards for Derek Boyd. And number 50, Martell Young, 6' senior, 7 points a night and 2 rebounds per contest. Mr. Mike Recker and Mr. Denny Morris to call the action here at Ohio Northern University. First opportunity to visit. Nice facility.
Both teams on the floor. Jackson will jump it up against Jonathan Avery, and we'll get this district final started. Ball in the air, and the tip's controlled by Mansfield. Here we go. Martell Young with a basketball, brings it up the floor, passes it off to Reed. Shabby Reed, left of the lane, tries to go underneath with a pass, and it's kicked out of bounds, and Mansfield will retain possession.
Travis Walton already having committed to Michigan State.
Big Ten basketball come next season. Ball inbounded to Young. Martell about midcourt, picked up there by Dathan Lyles. Jonathan Avery over to Young again. Left side. Passes off to Mel Sutton. Mel drives, spins, and shoots. The shot was partially blocked. The tip by Avery, no good. Ball loose, picked up by Lyles for Lima Sr., and he lost it out of bounds, but the Spartans will retain possession. So when Senior High drives into the paint today, they'll be looking at some tall timber.
Mel Sutton did a nice job with the reverse dribble, getting to the glass. Jonathan Avery tried to help him out, clean up, didn't get it to fall.
McClellan with the ball in the backcourt for Lima Sr. Double team. In trouble, 10-second violation. Lima turns it over.
High-intensity defense that we saw 2 days ago against Tiffin Columbian. Right from the start by the Tigers, they get the double team in the backcourt and the 10-second call.
Martell Young with a right-hand dribble, works it up against Lyles, inside the circle, back outside to Reed. Rashad Reed off to Jonathan Avery, puts it on the floor against Jackson, drives, shoots, shot missed, and the rebound comes away to Travis Walton. Walton into the front court, Walton top of the circle, brings it back out on top.
Jonathan's going to find when he's at the top of his jump, there's going to be another guy that's just right as high as he is, and that's Keith Jackson.
Tigers pressuring, and Lima turns it over. Boyd with a dribble to the top of the circle, deals off Mel Sutton to the hoop, put it up, scored. Mansfield 2, Lima Sr. nothing. 6 minutes and 30 seconds left to go first period. Lyles into the front court for Lima Sr. Puts it on the floor, whistle and a foul called on Martell Young.
Martell raising his hands, trying to stay away from it. Take another look. Jonathan Avery to the hoop. Keith Jackson right there to meet him. The foul on Martell Young is first.
Lyles will throw it in with the basketball underneath the hoop. Putting a shot up, putting it in is Travis Walton. We're even at 2. 6:16 to go here, first period. Back up court, Senior High. Jonathan Avery back out on top. It comes to Reed. Here's Boyd to Martell Young to Reed, top of the circle. Fought about a 3, did not pull the trigger. Back over to Avery, off to Martell Young. Young in the paint, shot up, on the rim, no. Rebounded, Walton. Senior into the front court, Lima Sr. that is. There's a 3-ball from Lyles, hit it. Lima Sr. 5 and Mansfield 2 with 5:44 to go in the first period.
Not afraid to shoot the deep, deep three. Dathan Lyles with his first points of the afternoon.
Boyd into the front court. He'll fire a three. That one's going to be short. Matter of fact, it's an air ball. He tries to save his missed shot. Doesn't. It's out of bounds and back to Lima.
Martell Young, maybe a little body contact that was not called. And the ball falls harmlessly out of bounds. Senior High from the floor, one of their first 6.
Lyles with a basketball for Lima in the backcourt. Looks to pass off, throws it to Jacks, threw it away, threw it over a guy who's 6'9". Boyd off to Martell Young, put it up, missed it around the rim, no. Tip, no. A second time, no. Jackson rebounds for Lima Sr. Back the other way, here's Walton. Walton on the left side, goes baseline, kicks it back outside. Ball stolen away by Martell Young to the line, to the lane, and a layup. 5-4 in favor of Lima with 5 minutes to play, first period.
That's 4 first quarter turnovers against the Spartans, so Tiger pressure getting to the Spartans.
Walton back up court, ball kicked, pass was intended I think for Jackson. Chris McClellan couldn't get a hand on it.
Inside to Martell Young, off the turnover, batting the ball around and trying to clean up. We've got a timeout at Ohio Northern. We'll be back. Of them this year. One to Findlay. They got even with that one in the sectional championship, in the district semi, excuse me, when they beat Findlay. They also lost back-to-back to Toledo Scott and Toledo Libby.
There's McClellan jumping it up from 17 and connecting. Lima 7, Mansfield 4. 4:45 to go in this, the first period. Reed with the ball in the backcourt, throws it into the front court. Got it ahead to Mel Sutton to the hoop, tried to slam dunk it, missed it. Avery with a stick back. Mansfield 6, Lima 7. 4.5 minutes to go, first period. Lyles dribbles it into the front court, turns it over. Mel Sutton with a basketball. Mel spins to the hoop, had his shot blocked. Boyd recovers and puts it back in. Mansfield 8, Lima 7. 4:18 to go, first period.
Mansfield Sr. is killing Lima on the offensive boards.
Lima nearly turns it over again on the inbounds. Jackson kicks it ahead. Coming up floor with it is Cooks. Cooks with a basketball, tries to go around Avery, lost it, ball out of bounds, and back to Lima.
What a force Keith Jackson is in the middle, swatting away 3 shots already, but Senior High not giving up, gotten the offensive rebound all 3 of those times for putbacks.
Ball lobbed into Jackson. Jackson against Avery, turns and shoots, missed it short. Ball loose in the front court, picked up by Walton. He shoots, he misses, tip no good. Jackson's got the ball, whistle, and a foul going to be called in the pack.
Look at the action and the cleanup and the effort by Derek Boyd getting his first points this afternoon.
Side out, Lima Sr.
That foul worked against Derek Boyd, his first.
Here's Jackson to the hoop, put it up, missed it, rebound, Rashad Reed. Reed into the front court, Reed top of the circle. Reed back out on top to Javario Bird. 8-7 Mansfield over Lima, 3:35 to play, first period.
Javario with 20 against Tiffin Columbia and didn't score till the second quarter.
Bird to Reed, off to Mel Sutton, to Jonathan Avery. Avery in the paint, back outside Bird with a head fake from the foul line. Shots up, no good. Rebound Jackson. Jackson from backcourt to front court, off to Walton. Walton pull up 15-footer, missed it. Rebound Boyd for Mansfield Sr. Tigers run up the other way, bring it into the front court. Boyd between the circles, stops, off to Reed. 3 ball is up, it is short, no good. Rebound comes away to Lima Senior's Cooks. Gets it off to Walton. 2:50 left to play in this, the first period of an 8-7 Tiger lead over Lima Senior. Walton passes off, ball out on top to Cooks. To Lyles in the corner. Walton again. Puts it on the floor against Reed, to the hoop, dishes off, putting it up, missing the shot is Cooks. Whistle and a foul going to be called on one of the Spartans. I think it will go against Keith Jackson.
And it will. That'll be the first on Jackson. Travis Walton to the hoop, but no, dishes off. And looking to clean up was Lyles, but over the back comes Keith Jackson. And his first on Lima Senior, their first team foul.
Mario Bird walks it into the front court with 2:19 left in the first period. Mansfield by one, 8-7. Mel Sutton back out on top with the, or I should say into the lineup now for Mansfield Sr. as Jonathan Avery takes it to the hoop and scores is number 32, Leonte Carter. Whistle and a timeout, Lima Sr.
Tigers up by 3 at 10-7. And head coach Mark Gaffney not liking what he's seeing. Mansfield Sr. tenacious on the offensive end. Derek Boyd into the lane, finds Jonathan Avery. Nice touch and a little bit of luck on the roll. Number 44 with 4 first quarter points.
Mansfield up 3, 10-7 during this timeout called by Lima Seniors. Coach Mark Gaffney tries to gather things up relatively early here. There you see the Tiger bench, Coach Greg Collins.
Winner moves on to the regionals at the University of Toledo Thursday, 8 p.m. against the winner of Lakewood St. Ed's and Lorraine Southview. It was a dandy last year, the district final against the Tigers and the Spartans. That was a John Avery last-second bucket that gave Mansfield Sr. the 44-42 victory and a ticket to the regionals.
Both teams back out onto the floor with 2:07 left to play here in the first period of this Division I district final.
Well, the pace is exactly what we expected. Senior High has not turned the basketball over. The Spartans have turned it over 5 times.
Cooks inbounds to Jackson. Jackson gives it off to Walton. Walton runs it into the front court up the left side. Feeds it off McClellan. Puts it to the hoop. Puts it up and scores. It's a 10-9 Tiger lead over Lima with 1:53 to go first period. Bird, right side, pull up 18-footer. Too strong. Tip no good. Batted away by Jackson. Picked up off the floor by Cooks. Cooks back over to Walton. Walton works it against Tay Carter. Now kicks a pass down low to Jackson. Jackson up against Mike Newbern and scores. Lima 11 and Mansfield 10 with 1:26 to go in the first period.
First points tonight for the third team All-Northwest District, Keith Jackson.
Boyd with a basketball, puts it on the floor, drives, takes it to the hole, puts it up, missed it, but is fouled.
Boyd in some heavy traffic. Contact will put him at the line. See Mike Newbern's defensive effort on Keith Jackson.
Brandon Cooks picked up the personal as Boyd goes to the line. First one is no good. He can tie it if he converts here. Second one's up. It's good. And we're even at 11. 1:15 to go first period.
3 points for Derek Boyd.
Walton into the front court, feeds it off underneath to the hoop, goes Lyles, put it up, got the roll. Lyles makes it Lima 13, Mansfield 11. A minute to play in this, the first period.
That was a pretty move by Dathan Lyles.
Mike Newbern, Derek Boyd, back into the corner, Tay Carter. Carter back out on top to Boyd, drives off to Bird. Bird with a head fake, back to Boyd. Clock running down to 42 seconds to play in the period. Boyd to Mike Newbern to the hoop, put it up, missed it, but a foul.
Mike Newbern with a lot of contact almost had that ball fly up and go in. It was nowhere near a shot as you see the nice move by Dathan Lyles. John Avery takes the conventional route away and Lyles, not hindered, goes back door for 2.
Mike Newbern from the right, put it up. Got the first. Lima 13, Mansfield 12, 38.2 seconds to play in the period.
First points tonight for Newbern. This afternoon, I should say. Kelvin Perkins into the game for the first time for the Spartans. He had 6 in the win over Findlay.
Second one is short, rebounded away by Kelvin Perkins, who's in the ball game now for Lima Sr. Walton brings it up to see if Lima plays for one as we're under 30 seconds to go in the first period. And the Spartans over the Tigers by a point. Lyles gives it away to McClellan. McClellan back to Walton. 10 seconds. Walton drives, kicks a pass down low, picked up off the floor, shot put up and missed by Perkins, and Mansfield Sr. rebounds in the form of Mike Newbern, and a foul called with 3.5 seconds.
Second personal foul on Keith Jackson. So that's probably going to bring Jackson to the bench. Don't want to have him pick up one here in the final 3.5. Jackson and Walton both go to the bench so they don't pick up a cheap foul. Length of the floor in 3.5.
Ball thrown right to Shabby Reed. He lets fly with a three on the rim. No, that's the end of one. After a period, it's Lima Sr. 13, Mansfield Sr. 12. In their district final to Fremont St. Joe, 61-52.
Look at the first quarter action. John Avery getting to the glass and getting the friendly roll. Avery finishes with 4 points. Inside, nice move, McClellan. Chris McClellan with 4 points in that first quarter. The big man, Keith Jackson, muscling his way against Avery, and Dathan Lyles on the prettiest move of the first quarter. Lyles finishes the first quarter with 5 points. He leads all scorers.
Walton into the front court, dishes it off to McClellan, who got it to Perkins. On the far side to Lyles, left out on top to Walton. Walton at the foul line, back to Lyles, no three ball there, picked up by Javario Bird, whistle, and double dribble. Lima Sr. turns it over.
Turnover number 6 against the Spartans. And Mansfield Sr. has not been bothered at all by pressure from Lima Sr. in terms of getting the basketball down the floor, as they have not yet committed a turnover.
7.5 minutes left to play here in the first half. Mansfield trailing by 1, 13-12. Reed with the basketball, throws it in to Jonathan Avery at the foul line, wants to shoot and will, off the back iron, no, rebounded by McClellan. Brings it into the front court, throws it back over to Walton. Walton puts it on the floor, goes left, now back right. Picked up there by Reed, dishes it off. Open three ball, Lyles on the rim, too short. Mel Sutton rebounds for Mansfield, runs the ball up the floor, lost it, picked up by Jonathan Avery. Avery off into the corner to Tay Carter, back to Bird, off to Sutton. Sutton to the hoop, put it up, shot was partially blocked. Tay Carter grabbed the rebound. Leonte bounces it off to Mel Sutton, back to Carter, three ball up, around the rim, no. Rebounded by Sutton, whistle, jump ball called, and the possession arrow says Mansfield.
Mansfield Sr. very, very impressive. Rebounding the basketball on the offensive end. The miss by Tay Carter. Mel Sutton right in the middle of it. Lima Sr. not boxing out the Tigers, as they have picked up a total of 7 offensive rebounds.
Tay Carter throws, or I should say, takes the inbounds pass from Shabby Reed, kicks it back outside to Bird, to Mel Sutton, off to Reed. Reed, skip pass off to Bird. Bird dribbles to his right. Here's Reed underneath Avery. Avery got it to Sutton, put it up, missed it, but a foul called.
Travis Walton, I do believe, will be called for his first, and he will be. Mel Sutton will take a trip to the line. Sutton with 2 points. 51% foul shooter. 6'1" junior.
6:23 left to play here in the first half. Lima Sr. still leading by 1 at 13-12.
Leading scorer in the ballgame continues to be the Spartans' Dathan Lyles with 5.
Sutton misses his first. Games like these, you got to have them from the free stripe.
Tigers 2 out of 5 from the line. 6:23 to go before halftime.
Second one around the rim, no good. Ball loose. Jackson rebounds for Lima. Either team yet to score here in the second period.
We've gone through almost 2 minutes with no score.
Walton pull up 12-footer, no. Ball out of bounds and back to Lima Sr. Here's Martell Young back into the Mansfield lineup for Javario Bird.
These Lima Sr. Spartans started the year 12-0, ranked number 1 in the state in the Associated Press poll, but 3 losses in the last 8 games.
Walton hits a bucket from the far right side, and it's now Lima 15, and Mansfield Sr. 12 with 5:55 to go here in the first half. Lob to John Avery from the foul line against Jackson to the hoop, put it up, scored. Lima 15, Mansfield Sr 14. Tigers' first field goal of the second period. Into the front court comes Lima Sr. Perkins underneath. Layup missed by Chris McQuillan. Tigers come back with it. Here's Tay Carter. Carter with a basketball. Gives it off to Mel Sutton. Whistle, and they say Mel stepped on the out-of-bounds line.
Mel was screened and couldn't see Jonathan Avery on the other side of the paint. Wide open down low. Jonathan Avery blows right by the slow foot at that time, Keith Jackson. Jackson normally an intimidator down low, but Avery had his way on that possession.
Senior high with a basketball, Lima Sr. McQuillan right about the midcourt stripe, almost turns it over, got it to Walton. They get it off to Lyles to the hoop, laid it up, ball knocked away. Mel Sutton comes up with it, almost traveled, got it to Tay Carter. Lima up one, 15-14. Here's Shabby Reed. Kicks a pass over to Mel Sutton in the paint, shoots, it's on the rim, not gonna go, battle for the rebound, whistle and a foul call. And I think that's gonna, let's see. I think it's gonna go against Mel Sutton.
That's the first on Mel Sutton, but give him credit on following his missed shot. Working hard against Keith Jackson. Gets called for the foul, and that's the first on Sutton and the third on the Tigers.
Lima Sr. runs it into the front court. Up the baseline goes Walton, he puts it up and scores. Lima 17, Mansfield 14, 4 minutes 50 seconds to play in the second period.
That's 6 for Travis Walton, and he now has game high honors.
Shabby Reed off to Jonathan Avery. Jonathan doesn't like what he sees, brings it back on top. Martell Young with a basketball standing between the circles. Passes off to Mel Sutton. Here's Tay Carter, lost it, but tapped it over to Shabby Reed. Reed on the floor, falls down, picked up by Martell Young, who takes it to the hoop. It's on the rim, no good, tipped, no good, tipped again. Missed a third time, and the rebound going to come down to Lima Sr., and a foul going to be called on Shabby Reed.
That'll be the first on Rashad. Team foul number 4 against Mansfield Sr. Action back to the other end. Travis Walton off the glass and in. The 6'2 senior on his way to Michigan State with half a dozen.
Walton with a basketball will walk it up. 4:14 left to play in the first half. Lima by 3 at 17-14. Walton to his left at the sideline, nearly lost it. Kicked a pass off to Ellis. Down into the corner. 3 ball is up. On the rim by Lyles, no good. Avery rebounds. Got it to Martell Young. Young into the front court. Off to Shabby Reed, long distance 3. In and out. Rebound Walton. Still a 17-14 lead for Lima.
Tigers without a 3-point conversion here in the first half.
Clock at 3:35 to go. Whistle, 10-second violation against Lima Sr. That's the second time.
Mark Gaffney not happy with that at all. Completely unforced as Dathan Lyles takes his time getting it over the half-court line. And the 10-second call is turnover number 7.
Here is Senior High with the ball and a chance to pull within 1 or tie with a 3. Points have been very hard to come by in this second period. Ball thrown off to Boyd. Boyd right in front of us, back out on top to Sutton. Off to Martell Young. Young to Shabby Reed. Pull up, a step from the foul line, doesn't get the roll. Rebound Mike Newbern. Whistle and a foul called again. And I think it's going to go on Mike Newbern.
That'll be the first on Newbern. Tigers are crashing the offensive boards. Last 2 times down, they've been called for fouls. Mike Newbern picked that one up, and Mel Sutton had one on the previous possession. Saw Newbern go over the back of Chris McClellan.
Here's Lyles throwing it into McQuillan, who runs it into the front court. McQuillan tries to take it all the way home, and he traveled. 3 minutes, 6 seconds to play in the half. Still 17-14 Lima over Mansfield.
Mansfield Senior's 21-game winning streak on the line. as they are up against the most formidable opponent along the tournament trail, the Lima Sr. Spartans.
Best one to date, no doubt. Here's Mel Sutton. Sutton gets it off to Martell Young. Young drives into the paint, back to Boyd. Boyd tries to split a double team, does, drives, shoots, and scores off the glass. Lima 17, Mansfield 16, 2:40 to play first half. With the ball in the backcourt, Walton into the front court. Almost lost it, kicks it off to Lyles. Lyles puts it on the floor against Young, backs up, wanted to shoot a three, couldn't. Ball over to Walton, lost it off his right hand. Senior high gets it on the turnover.
Travis Walton was the player of the year in the Northwest District. He shares that honor with Toledo St. John's B.J. Raymond. Timeout on the floor.
Has scored 4. We haven't had much.
Wins along the tournament trail for the Spartans. In the first game out, they beat Salina 48-42, and they beat Findlay 55-45. That was the district semifinal in which Travis Walton put up 21 points.
Here's Reed to Martell Young, off to Boyd. Boyd got it to Mel Sutton. Off to Young again. Martell deals it off to Reed. Martell Young, off to Boyd, baseline, into the paint to Mel Sutton. He's triple team, brings it back out on top to Boyd, off to Reed. Reed to Boyd, has an open three. It is up. It is no good, but a foul going to be called. And
he's going to work on Travis Walton, and that'll be his second.
Yep.
So the two big guns, Walton and Jackson, each with 2 personals. Foul the three-point shooter. Derek Boyd will go to the line to shoot 3.
He can give Mansfield Sr. the lead if he hits them all.
Boyd, a 67% foul shooter. 5 points on the night, 5'11" senior.
First one good. Mansfield 17, Lima 17. His second is good. Mansfield 18, Lima 17.
Mansfield Sr. got to this point with tournament wins over Ashland in their initial game, 64-47. And the victory over Tiffin Columbian, 70-53.
He missed the third, rebounded, put up on the rim, no. Second try by Sutton is up and in. Mansfield 20 and Lima 17. 1:40 to play in the first half. With the ball in the backcourt and turning it over is Cooks, and Senior High gives it right back. Perkins off to Lyles. Lyles into the front court. Deals it off to McQuillan. He falls down, but a foul called. That was the reason.
I do believe Mel Sutton will pick up his second, and he will. Look at the board work by the Tigers. Mel Sutton has been absolutely dominant in the paint. At 6'1", he's mixing it up with 6'9" Keith Jackson, and he takes a well-deserved break as he goes to the bench.
Tay Carter comes in. Lyles throws it into Jackson. Jackson against Avery, turns and shoots and misses. Whistle and a foul going to be called.
Derek Boyd will pick up the foul, his second. To the line, 6'9" senior Keith Jackson. Jackson, a 69% foul shooter, as Greg Collins has instructions. And Lonnie Eatman, as you see, runs through the picture, ready to check in.
There you saw the Tiger bench as Jackson misses his first. 1:21 to play in the half. 20-17. There is Coach Gaffney, Mark Gaffney, for Lima Sr.
First trip to the line tonight for the Spartans.
Second one, good. Mansfield 20, Lima 18. 1:21 to play first half.
3 points for Jackson. Jackson takes a break.
Martell Young will bring it up against Lyles. Lost it. Lyles picked his pocket and has a layup. Mansfield 20, Lima 20. 1:05 to play in the first half.
Only the third turnover, but it's costly as Dathan Lyles puts up the points. He's got 7.
Here's Leonte Carter off to Lonnie Eatman. Eatman back outside to Martell Young. Clock at 50 seconds and counting down. There's Lonnie Eatman with it. Holds it. Drives, passes off to Shabby Reed. Shabby double team. Looks to pass off, does so to Eatman. Clock at 35 seconds and running down. Lima 20, Mansfield 20. Here's Martell Young between the circles. Less than 30 seconds to go in the first half. Young, Kalani Eatman. 19, 18 seconds.